This is Crawling in My Felt Skin. Tags are, this is a really serious fanfic. I listened to Evanescence while I was writing so I could channel the goth energy. Clover bashing because he gets in the way of my OTP. He basically deserves it though, so it's okay. Crack and parody. It is teen rated. We've got an ship tag, a bunch of ships, a bunch of characters, and summary, a darker and more realistic take on the felt that asks the question we've all been wondering deep inside our ebony-colored hearts. What if the felt were goth? And narrator, take it away. Take it away.
A pessimistic rain crashed down over Midnight City like a waterfall of tears. The entire planet felt like a depressing misery. Even one word in, I'm tripping over my tongue. Now, the entire planet felt a depressing misery due to this. Finn sat in the black leather chair in the Felt mansion, stroking a hand despairingly down a window. He is wearing a black tank top that says "Bite Me," along with tight black booty shorts and fishnet tights. Because even a would-be-gone fish man can look sexy. Then Trace walked up to him, wearing his black and rainbow zebra-printed hair draped over one eye so you can only see one of them.
Hey, babe.
He claimed mournfully.
What are you doing here?
Felt bit his lip as he choked back tears.
Not too much.
He revealed.
I'm just looking at the future trails, and even though I've seen every trail of every person, and the orange is almost as sickening as the awful puke green everywhere, I just saw the end of your trail.
With the pool, Shark's eyes became closed, and a single tear streaks his mascara everywhere.
You're gonna die right here someday in the future.
Trace sobbed.
I can't understand a word of what you just said. I love you, Sweaty.
A speedy black zoom speeds past, which was Itchy. Itchy isn't really running, though, unless you could count running all the way from his mistakes. No, he just had the power of being faster than everybody else, which sounds like a blessing, but really is a curse. From his perspective, the skinny 5'1" man is going at a normal speed, but all of his friends are moving in slow motion. He tries to talk to them all the time, but whenever he does, he tragically sounds like Metallica Nightcore, and nobody can understand him. He's very melancholy about this. Itchy then saw his husband, Dooze. Looked like he was falling from being tripped, and who was also wearing black pumps and an oversized raven-colored sweater that went down to his knees. He had the opposite problem, which was he was permanently slower than everyone. The gold-hatted leprechaun mobster therefore was never able to talk to the nerdy puppet gangster, but they were in love and married. Nobody understood their relationship, but they didn't have to because their emotions were so strong. Doze was still falling from when Itchy tripped him 2 days ago, which is a prank and one of the part of leprechaun romance.
Hi-ho, cheerio, pip-pip.
Bleated Clover as he tap danced into the room. Everyone sighed and rolled their eyes. What a slut. Nobody liked Clover because he was a homewrecker and he wore an annoying green suit instead of something normal, like a dark hoodie and black skinny jeans.
Hello, me old chums.
Encapsulated the very horny purple munchkin doing a dab.
Would anyone care to be so kind as to perhaps have a jolly old time and cut a rug with me, if you know what I'm saying?
Then Crowbar breaks down the door with his trusty crowbar and urges.
Who's Grover?
Do we have a crowbar?
I don't
We
think
did, but I don't think it was.
We do now. I'll do crowbar.
Nobody wants to dance with you because you're a crusty butthole. Now get out of here and go do something useful like joining over to the Midnight Crew. Maybe then somebody will love you.
07 had a thick Polish accent, which is way hotter than a Russian accent, and basically everyone in the world knew that, except Clover, who just had a really bad taste in general. Clover gloriously paraded away, and everyone cheered. Dice stared in crestfallen awe at Crowbar, and then quickly averts his gaze when he felt his cheeks start to blush bright red. The Beanpole could do voodoo magic using his doll, and would usually torture anybody he didn't like by sticking their pin in the doll to hurt them, brutally. But in third in command is someone he would never... but the third in command is someone he would never do that to. He doesn't know why, but every time he looks at the fearless leader, his cold and dead heart starts to pound against his skinny ribcage, like it's trying to escape a prison. He just can't understand what's making him feel this way. He must be broken in more ways than one. The maroon-hatted man lunged over to die, his black faux fur trenchcoat flapping grimly in the wind, and takes the chicken man's chin in his muscular fingers. I think this is Crowbar.
Oh, is it Crowbar?
Oh, Die, I've always had feelings for you.
He exacerbates.
Ever since Snowman became a pastel goth, I've been looking for someone who really conceives of me. And I've never met someone else who loves black veil brides as much as I do.
He points to the dye skin-type ripped t-shirt, which is a Black Veil Bride's t-shirt. Crowbar senpai, Dai drawled, his breaking words overflowing with cheers. Then they kissed and had a tongue quarrel.
Hey, I feel like we're missing someone.
Trace theorized. Just then, the door opened and Eggs and Biscuits walked in, wearing matching inky Valorian dresses, except it's the male version, and they each had fingerless black biker gloves. A lot of people thought they were stupid, but they really just misunderstood. If anything, Clover is the stupid one.
Hi, everyone.
Biscuits concluded in a deep and soulful tone of his voice.
What's going on in here?
Eggs agreed, holding Biscuits' hand.
I just learned my love, Charles, is gonna die.
Finn bellowed, unhappily.
When you really think about it, we're all going to die. Like the flower that blooms and wilts. Beauty is a precious and fleeting thing that can never last. The important thing is to shine from the depths of your soul and imagine a brighter future than the stars at night, and you will never feel despair. Therefore, love is the most important thing.
Replied Eggs. Everyone was astonished by Eggs' wisdom, and they all nodded in agreement, even feeling a little less on the downer, despite the fact that it was still raining strongly.
I think he's right,
said Itchy, but forgot that nobody could hear him, and he cried. Then Mr. Boomerang turned on the music, and it was industrial... Is that industrial?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Industrial metal strap. So they all had a rave dance party right there in the mansion, except one time Clover sneaked in to change the music to Taylor Swift. They kicked him out, and he had to stand out in the rain after that so he could learn his lesson. Meanwhile, on the other side of the mansion, someone was scrutinizingly moderating all the felt with a sinister smile. It was Doc Scratch, except his mind got taken over by a horror terror, so now his suit was all black with harsh red accents, and he changed his name to Death Scratch. And he also had a really creepy mouth with a sharp, bloody teeth.
Excellent.
The Slender Man extrapolated.
All according to my plans.
Then he chuckled darkly in a way that didn't sound quite human. To be continued.
Whoa!
Done.
That was great.
The most amazing
Slender
fic
Man.
ever.
Excellent.
I know you said Eggs had a really good line, but I didn't. I didn't read it before I started reading it out loud.
That was wonderful.
That was so good. That was good.
Oh my god.
I love all the Clover slander as a fan of Clover. I think he deserves it.
Alrighty. that was fun.
I like the randomized words is like, Eggs asks a question, but the text says Eggs agreed. It's like, what does that mean?
That's it was mimicking My Immortal, like the way they write.
Oh.
It was a
If you ever
parody.
read My Immortal,
A
I
parody
have not.
of a parody.
I have read My Immortal so many times, and like, if you haven't, you're not really missing anything. Don't read it.
I have only
I was
read
about
that
to
one
ask
opening
you, but
paragraph.
why though?
Okay, so I had a brief and fleeting moment in my life where I would just find the weirdest fanfiction I could ever
That's-
find, and
Hello,
then just read it on the
Mario,
voice
That's
chat.
pretty valid.
I see.
Yeah, okay.